Right, so hello and welcome back to the Bach and Arthur podcast, everybody. It's episode 39. Woo! And one of our first ever episodes is one you've been saying we should do again for ages. It's giving terrible advice and stuff.
Oh.
This episode is going to be entirely submission based. We've got some dilemmas to help you guys out with, some advice, some interesting questions, philosophical, some challenging questions. Not one person asked what color it is though.
Oh.
So you guys low-key, high-key fell off, in my opinion at least.
Low-key, high-key, 6'7". Oh, just rattling off the
crazy.
thing.
That's crazy that you
He's turned
got
into a
that early
soundboard as
on.
of late, actually.
Yeah, I actually have.
Yeah, you've taken my role. Good.
Yeah.
I had to get rid
Oh.
of it. Shake it.
Anyway.
But
no-
before we get into it, I need to say something. Now, you are notoriously bad at driving, Arthur.
Hey.
But don't worry, because I found something that will help you make some improvements.
Ooh.
Today's sponsor, 45, is a free app created for all learner drivers out there.
Learner. I've already passed my test.
Don't worry, it's also helpful for people who have passed already. Like, do you know how to change a tyre?
No, I actually don't. And I feel like I should learn because of my driving skills. I fear it's going to be a skill I'm going to need at one point in my life.
Well, 45 can help you with that. It has everything you need and more. Theory questions licensed by the DVSA, the people who set the test, which will help when it comes to your theory test. And the ability to record and track your driving lessons and practice sessions with feedback on how you were driving.
Feedback on how I was driving from an app. It's bad enough when I've got you, Chris, or Harry in the car. I don't need an app judging me as well.
Maybe you'll actually listen to it this time. Other apps with similar features cost money, but 45 is completely free to download and free to sign up to.
Free. Oh, I've got no excuse now.
Exactly, no excuses. It's actually called 45 because learner drivers on average take 45 hours in driving lessons before they pass. But in your case, it should be called 145.
Oh, that's a bit excessive. Maybe 6, 7. That's great.
Oh no.
So if you're learning to drive or know someone who is, either scan the QR code or click the link to download and register with 45 for free now and make learning to drive easier. All right, back to the podcast. So coming up today, well, that's pretty much it. We've got a bunch of submissions.
That's the podcast.
I thought we'd have a little bit of a catch up first. Well,
All right.
a couple of interesting things have been going on.
Yeah.
Before you guys make it all about you and your questions and stuff, how about we get a chance to speak for once?
Yeah, let us shine. Let us shine. Ain't that right, Starboy?
Yep. Why did I really like
Starboy?
Anyway, back to Arthur on Strictly. Yep, we went on
Hey.
Strictly Come Dine with me.
We made Strictly Come Down.
Strictly Come Dancing.
We went and watched him in the ballroom.
Yeah.
Not the ballroom, training room.
How did you find that? It was so interesting. So we basically rocked up and filmed for like several hours, 2 or 3 hours, and then it got edited together in about a 60-second
it was
segment.
well short, wasn't it? Yeah.
I was thinking like we should ask them for it and like post it as a YouTube video.
Make it a platform relay.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
It was really good fun.
yeah, because we did a lot more dancing than was actually shown. We span around for a bit
Mhm.
on the VT, but we did actually learn. Well, you learned a bit of dancing.
I did.
I did that stupid wolf run thing, but they were
Yeah,
asking
you
for that.
taught her, which was
I
cool.
went, yeah, she did nail it as well. The way she was going.
That's become a big thing online as well. There's a lot of very viral TikToks going like, I can't believe this is how the nation are getting introduced to Bat.
You know, after getting home, I was like, it then hit me. Actually, that is going to be a lot of people's first impression of me. And I was kind of debating whether to go to Strictly and be like, I don't mind you putting in one of the wolf runs, but can you cut the second one when I leave and wolf run out?
To make it too much your personality.
Yeah,
you mean.
exactly. But I just thought, you know what? I did it. I'll just leave it. But
It is funny and very memorable as well, which is fun.
yeah. Do you know what? It worked out fine. And I was reading some of the comments, and some people were saying, oh yeah, my parents just didn't get it. Some people were saying their mum laughed. Someone said, my dad thought he was a dickhead and now doesn't like him.
Oh no.
So it was taken in a... Some people took it well. But yeah, they were... I mean, the Strictly guy was like, oh, you know that wolf run thing you do and the spider thing? Can you do that?
Yeah, they
So
really wanted to see
He did
them.
ask for it. I didn't just straight out do it, but I probably would have done it anyway, to be
It was
honest.
funny. I found it very entertaining.
Yeah, it was all right. But how did you find actually dancing?
Yeah, it's really hard.
It is really hard, isn't it?
It's hard work. It's difficult to stay balanced. I fell over a lot. She was spinning me like a Beyblade, Alexis was.
Yeah.
But she's great. She's a great teacher. She's very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Got really good energy to make you like. I knew I was shit at everything she was telling me to do, but she was very encouraging.
Mm.
And like I was mad awkward when she was like, look me in the eyes and like hold my hips. I was like, this is the hardest thing anyone's ever asked me to do.
And you were like, no, I can't. She went, look at me. You can do it.
Yeah, she was a very reassuring kind of like presence.
Yeah.
It was really good fun.
I always think, well, it's so impressive, like George doing what he's doing and how well he's doing. But it's also so impressive, like the professional dancers like Alexis. The fact that they can teach the other half of the dance, I find that crazy. Like, especially when it comes to lifting and stuff like that, because they won't necessarily be doing that in their dance career. And she's teaching George how to lift.
Yeah, that's true.
I find it to be a teacher is a really cool skill. And I think some people, you either got it or you haven't got it. I don't think I could teach, really.
It's kind of mad as well, because they were saying from Monday to Friday she's essentially teaching it.
Yeah.
On Saturday, they do the show. And on Sunday, which is kind of like people's quote unquote day off, Alexis is choreographing the dance. So it's a super intense schedule.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is why obviously I think people are always asking like, when are the YouTube videos coming out? Because we obviously know, but you know, George is just working so bloody hard.
Yeah.
But it's paying off. He got some mad scores.
He did really well. The dance was really good. Yeah.
I had a friend's engagement party and I just went, I knew we were coming on at one point. So I just sat outside the bar before I went in, watching Strictly Live by myself on my phone before I went in. Because I was like, I've just got to see this segment. And family group chat loved it. My nan sent me a really sweet text.
Really?
Being like, what a lovely, pleasant surprise. We'll watch that on repeat for time to come.
But that weird thing on the floor, who's he?
They spelled Arthur's name wrong, did you see?
Yeah, Arthur.
Arthur, A-T-H-U-R.
Arthur.
I was called Arthur TV, which I thought was interesting.
And I was
I don't know. I think maybe I'm never going to shake the Arthur TV.
I guess once you got one name, it's hard to have another one.
Yeah. Because obviously that was the idea, was that it was the name of my YouTube channel.
Maybe it just wouldn't have fit to put Frederick in as well.
Maybe it is. Yeah.
Because they had to drop an R off Arthur's name. So they were obviously running out of room.
Yeah. They should have gone the Arthurs in batch.
Yeah.
What were you? Were you Isaac Smith?
Italian batch.
You were Italian batch?
Yeah. With a space in the middle. And
oh, yeah.
everyone does the space in the middle. I've never done the space in the middle. I always had it as just Italian batch, one word. But now I'm like, do I just adopt the space in the middle because everyone does that anyway?
I think it looks better with no space, personally.
That's what I think, but I don't think it matters anyway.
No, it doesn't matter. People will find you.
Leave it as it is.
It's quite good at SEO. There's not many Italian batches. Really.
No, but you know, it's not so much now, but definitely in the beginning, whenever I'd search Italian batch, only Italian beaches would come up.
Oh,
so I was getting mogged by beaches for ages.
I always get the Arthur TV show. You know, the morning, like the bear, and it'll be like, if you type in like Arthur TV sister, it'll be like, oh, DW and stuff.
DW, I forgot about that name.
That ain't my
DW.
W.
DW.
So it gets, I think as well, like the AI overview will pull things from him as well.
Arthur TV sister DW.
Yeah.
Arthur had that famous moment where he clenched his fist. Oh, God.
So,
but that was a lot of fun doing the VT.
No, it was.
That was good fun.
Good fun. And we also had the Sidemen Sunday come out the day after.
Yeah, have you watched it yet?
I haven't watched it. I never watch. Sidemen Sunday is very long, and I just don't have the time to watch a 1.5-hour video.
I watched it because me and Chris made it to the final, so I wanted to see. It just made sure that I didn't come across as a knobhead.
People really liked your decision in the end.
People didn't like it when we were there, though. They were like, "Why are you doing that?"
We were like, "Oh, you let them. You're too nice."
The thing is, me and Chris knew. Tennessee said that she was going to steal, so we knew she was going to steal.
Right.
So if we stole, we thought, oh, it's kind of shit because then no one gets any money. I know everyone else was like, no, steal on steal's better, but we were like, oh, if we split, at least they get money, they get to celebrate. It's a better ending for the video. So we're like, oh, we'll just
I personally prefer a steal on steal.
Chip and Harry were fuming at the beginning,
but Chris, one of the top comments was saying like, Chris saying the worst outcome is the Sidemen not having to pay anyone, which is really funny, I thought.
Yeah.
So, people liked it. There were a couple of freaky edits of us doing the
I didn't see that. Liv told me about that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, there were a lot of very interesting comments, like zoomed in on our tummies that were out, because there was a bit where Batch and I had to hang on a bar, and it was
my tummy.
Yeah, it was a bit interesting.
You guys got my tummy. That was full of milk that day. I was full of milk. I was had milk bloat. What the hell?
No, but that was fun. That was a good video. Sometimes the Sidemen subreddit comes up on my thing, and there are a lot of people that seem to enjoy that in general. That type of video. Like, I feel like the guests all did well. Like, people seem to be happy with. Everyone was just having a really good time.
Yeah,
and it was a real I feel like those types of videos are what Sidemen core audience really love.
Yeah.
Like a couple of guests that they know and like, a good, fun, challenging video, a nice mix. Obviously, were all the Sidemen there? Everyone was there, weren't they?
Yeah.
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 So yeah, it was just a good mixed bag. Was it a good video?
It
Yeah.
was
Did you
good.
enjoy it?
It was a good video. I enjoyed it. I actually watched it. I just bought a you know, you've got a bath. Liv just bought the same bath.
Yeah. I know.
But I bought a cold plunge thing because you know I like to do cold plunges.
Oh.
So I bought one. It was too big, so I'm sending that back. But bought a second one. But I filled it up with warm water last night, and I was just sat in this like little bucket
Whilst she
watching the
was in the
Sidemen
bath?
video. No, just watching the Sidemen video.
So,
So that's how I watched it, but it was good.
that's so funny. I saw the clip of it, someone being like, Liv's bought a bath. And I was like, I was going to ask her if she got the one that I sent
Yeah,
in.
it's the same one. Yeah.
But she replied in the comments like, this is so funny. I'm watching this TikTok from the bath right now.
Yeah.
So she loves that thing, does she? They are
Yes,
cool.
she
Like
does, yeah.
just being able to pop it out and you just sit in it.
She's gonna.
And she's tiny. Like I fit in it. I actually
Yeah.
I had one last night as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think she's gonna rack up higher numbers than you soon, though. She's catching.
Really?
catching you, yeah. How many do you think you've had since you bought
Can't
it?
she feel like much smaller than she is now? Can she? You're going to lose sight of her.
She doesn't put her hands and feet in it because she doesn't like pruned fingers.
Really? I
Toes,
love
yeah.
it, weirdly.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate it as well.
Yeah.
I bought a little football.
It's a glimpse into the future.
I bought a little football to kick in the flat. That sounds really sad. It's like this little goal and a little football. Because
Oh.
back home I used to do it. This is it's a weird hobby of mine. But I went to kick the ball. I slipped on it and booted the corner of a wall and smashed the bottom of my
Ooh.
foot. It kills now, and I'm worried that I've fractured a bone.
You might have got a hairline fracture.
But I can just leave that, can't I? I don't have to go to the doctor.
There's not a lot they can do, but they might say if you're constantly walking on it, you'll stress it and it will never heal like properly.
I mean, if it heals as it is now, as long as it's not painful, that's fine.
I had that for a
It's
while.
not-
I used to practice handstands when I was young. So I did gymnastics as a kid.
Yeah.
And so like when I would go home, I would practice handstands, but like I'd put one of those exercise balls underneath me. So if I fell, my tummy would bounce on the exercise ball. But
And you go straight back into the handstand every time.
One time, my sister pulled the exercise ball away from me and I didn't know. And I kept my feet flat, my body flat, and went bang, and it was on concrete floor. And so my feet just went whack on concrete floor, and a hairline fractured this bit of that bone on my foot, and it killed. And obviously, I just enjoyed doing stuff like surfing and skating and stuff. And if you drop in quite heavily on a wave, or you drop in quite heavily on a skate ramp, there's a lot of kilograms of force being applied on your foot, and it just didn't heal for like 3 years. I would just constantly get the pain back, and I was like, cannot wait for this to heal. So I would
heal
say
eventually then?
it healed eventually, but I had to just stop doing stuff like that. Like, you want to play football on Wednesday, it might actually not be worth it because it will just
Screw
keep.
it.
Yeah. So have you got private health?
I got mental health.
I got mental health. It's fucking sick.
No, I don't have
Everything-
private health.
You
I
should
just
get
get
it
by. I just get by.
because that would make it easy because you could go for a very quick and easy scan.
I'm hoping.
But I'd pay
Can't
for
be
it if I were
bothered.
you.
I'm hoping it's just
Yeah,
a
maybe I'd just
like-
leave it. But if it's one of those things where it recurs,
busted ligament.
if it's for a few, if it's for a few months, like I'd just be like, it's worth going to get. Because I remember
Yeah.
just thinking like, this shit happened 3 years ago and I'm still suffering
Mm.
and I should have just got it fixed.
Good look, well, I was hoping you were just going to reassure me and be like, "No, I'll be fine." And there you are.
You asked
No,
the guy,
3 years I suffered.
oh,
with
you
that.
asked the guy with health anxiety what's to do with something that's.
Well,
that's
I
causing
didn't think that
pain now.
DW would be pulling an exercise ball away from you while you're working out.
DW. Oh, that is a
You
classic.
landed on your deer.
Also, you had a nice little trip away recently. Where did you go?
Oh yeah, I went to the Peak District.
How was it?
For
You
a
know, that's
couple
where
nights.
a big
Really
chunk of my
nice.
family are from originally.
Peak District.
Yeah.
Derbyshire.
So my I'm sure I've said this, that I've got North African Saracen DNA from like these Saracen tribes.
Yeah.
They
Which
used to
is
come
district.
up to like the Peak District and stuff to trade. And I've
Oh,
got like a
then they
grandfather
just
from there.
settled there?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So anyway,
That's
yeah,
cool.
I've got a bit of like
It's a cool place. I love
like-
the Peak District.
very British and very North African
Mm.
like marks in my DNA.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So what was it like?
It was nice. It was just nice to get have a break in the countryside.
Really?
And yeah, and then went home for a little bit, and then now I'm here. It always feels like a bit of like a reset when you go back and then come
Nice.
back to
isn't it?
London. Yeah, it is good. I do find myself it's nice because I'll pre-record YouTube videos. So when I'm away, all I have to do is film like shorts, TikToks and stuff. So
and is that fun? Do you
a lot
find
easier.
that? Do you find that quite chill? Do you enjoy that?
I really enjoy it. When I'm
Okay.
not at home, I love making TikToks. When I'm at home, it's more of a chore because it's like, as in London, it's more of a chore in the apartment because there's not much you can do with the background. Whereas when I'm away, it's like when I was away, there was a field of llamas outside. So I'm like, well, that makes a great video. Let me write something. Or if I have a garden, it's so much easier to make a video because you've got a garden. You can do make that space anything. So
And does it feel more like a hobby than work?
Yeah,
when
definitely.
you do that?
When I'm back home or away.
And you just
for a
love being
weekend,
in the outdoors, so like
I really enjoy that. Yeah.
That just is good fun. And that video did so well. Jabba, how many views did that get?
The llama one, yeah.
Like 5 to 10 mil, right?
I think like 15 or something in the end.
We got 600k likes.
On TikTok, it was
15 mil. Whoa.
Oh, Instagram, I did that number.
Yeah,
well.
Instagram that popped up. If you click on his account, I think it was quite recent actually. Oh yeah, there.
On TikTok, it's like
on the Reels tab.
coming up to 20 mil on TikTok.
6.9, but it's just got a
6.9
crazy
on
like
there.
ratio.
Yeah, on TikTok, it did 15 on TikTok.
But what was the whole premise was sort of
Just, you know, have you ever had a friend where they think they've got a better connection with animals compared to the rest?
I might be like that
You
sometimes.
think you're
I'm not
like
gonna lie, I think
no,
I was watching it being like, this is low key.
really? No, it's when someone's like, no,
15 mil on TikTok, bloody hell.
cats for
fair
some
play.
reason really love me. That made me laugh. The top comment, this is my youngest child and I love her, but it's a bit annoying.
That's so funny. A mum
funny.
commented on that.
I know.
You got some really nice timing with the way the animals were responding
Yeah, I
to
did
you,
get
like
lucky.
with them sort of biting, and then at the end,
I was in there I mean, we were filming it for like half an hour to try and get moments where it'd be like, oh, that's funny, we'll put that in. Or,
because at the end they start. Can we just can we watch the last? Sort
yeah,
of
they
10,
did
10
actually
seconds?
chase us at the end.
Really pissed off with you specifically. Start speeding up and down.
One of the comments on the Instagram was like, "It's so funny, like the genuine fear in your voice."
Yeah,
Like,
no,
start
yeah.
speeding up.
At the end, we did just run out of it because they were just chasing us.
Have I told the alpaca thing on competition with males on the
No.
pod before?
Competition with males?
So I've been to an alpaca farm before, and the alpha males. Have I told you this?
Oh, I vaguely remember something like this.
The alpacas. So obviously, like a lot of males in the animal kingdom, sort of the alpha male is the one that mates with all the females, and so they have a lot of competition. You know, and a lot of animals that have these sort of setups, they kill other alpha males or chase them off. You know, like lions will come in and often kill the older alpha male and then mate with all the females and stuff.
Yeah.
But alpacas sever the testicles of their rivals
Right, yeah.
to stop them breeding. So when we went to the alpaca farm, they were like, "Oh, by the way, just so you know, at any point, our alpha male's getting a bit old, and there's a young bloke trying to kind of, you know, pushing the boundaries. At any point during the day, he could just
I feel that in my news when you talk
sever the
about that. That's
testicles off
crazy.
the alpha male to be like, no more breeding for you."
It's crazy knowledge that they figured out that cum is in the balls.
Yeah.
Because it took me a while to
I don't
realise
even
that.
figure out. I was looking at this recently because I find the idea of instinct being genetic really bizarre. The fact that baked into your genes and
Yeah.
just letters of code
Yeah,
can be instinct for behavior,
yeah.
like migration or
go
like
for the
that and
balls.
stuff. And so, I think fundamentally at that level, they don't necessarily know
So
that
weird.
there's cum in the balls, but it's very bizarre, very
Yeah.
interesting.
I regretted saying it, and then to hear you repeat it, I was like,
Yeah.
actually, it sounds better when you say it.
But yeah, super
Oh,
interesting.
God, yeah.
What else has been going on?
Oh, well,
GTA,
in worse news, GTA 6 has been
yeah.
delayed.
Would you rather them just severed your nuts? rather
Yeah,
than
pretty much.
delay GTA 6?
Pretty much.
That is crazy. I mean,
If
not
I-
hugely surprising.
I mean, if I'm completely honest, I didn't actually know when the release date was, and then I saw the delayed thing, and I was like, "Oh, that's so annoying." But then I was like, "Actually, I had no idea when it was coming out anyway." So, wait, Jabba, do you know when it was coming out?
March time, I think.
Was it March? It was supposed to be right. So it was beginning of next year. So now it's just end of
Can we
next
see
year.
how much they've delayed it by?
But I was saying to Chip, I actually think it's a better thing that it's coming out in November now.
Oh, we might need to wait until fall.
Yeah, it's now it's in November.
Wow.
But I think it's a better time because imagine it came out at the beginning of the year. So yeah, I think 26th of May would have been a rubbish release date because it's starting to get warm. Summer's coming around. No one wants to
Oh.
stay in and play GTA all day. Whereas when it's out in November,
Yeah,
Christmas
kinda
is coming
true.
up. It's dark outside. It's quite nice to game at night. So I think it's a better release date.
I get you. There's something always really interesting that I think with a game that takes this long. So there's a similar thing in space exploration and travel. I think we spoke about it a little while ago, but it's this idea that if you, let's say we want to get to a star that's light years away or something, or just like we want to go somewhere massively far out into the Milky Way or something.
Yeah.
If you build a rocket now and launch it, it will get so far. But if you actually launch one in 5 years, it will overtake that original one because the technology is so advanced
Yeah.
that it will be even faster. So there's almost no point in launching one today because if you wait a few years, technology will be so good such that it will actually reach it quicker.
Yeah.
And I always think this with games that take that long. I wonder if they're looking at things going like, we because obviously they started in 2022. There'll be things in the game that's just super dated that they're looking back going like, well, we did this first and then that and that.
Yeah.
Things that we did first
Now AI's about.
in the game, especially with AI and like
Yeah.
like super
so
ray
true,
tracing with
actually.
light mechanics. Like
Yeah.
nowadays you get groundbreaking stuff in games where things, have you seen some of the like super ultra realistic Unreal Engine stuff where
Yeah. It
games
looks
just
real.
look
It
identical?
just looks real, yeah.
There'll be stuff from 2022 that they may have worked on that now is nuts.
So I thought Pac-Man was real for a week.
Yeah.
I was terrified. But
But yeah, I found that really interesting. I'm sure they would have thought about that
it's a really good point. Yeah.
and done stuff that can sort of upscale retrospectively that won't take
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah. I don't know how game developing really works. I don't know if they like, once it's done, it's like, oh, we've got to go start again if we want to change that, or if it's like a little tweak and it can be upgraded. I don't know how
Yeah.
it works.
Really interesting though.
Yeah. But that's it's a sad day that gets delayed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also
well.
sad day. Tom Brady's dog died. So his dog died and he's got a new puppy that's a clone of his old dog. So he's got a new puppy called Junie, and it's not just a new addition to the family. It is a clone of his late dog, Lua, who passed away nearly 2 years ago. Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts. But when it comes to cloning, I think when it's done with dogs, I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
How come?
Do you ever just have a dog? Like my first dog,
Mm.
such a great dog. The dog my parents now have, technically, it's a family dog. He's an arsehole.
Really?
He's not really an arsehole, but he's not, no offense, I don't think he will watch this. He's not as good as the first one.
Right.
My mum might disagree because she's a bit more precious about him, but I'm a bit like, he's just not. He's a bit mid.
I know what you mean. Like some animals are more prone to being loving and cuddling
Yeah,
and
that's what it
obedience and
is.
stuff. Obviously, there's a split of nature nurture, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
The current dog is just only likes playing. He doesn't like if you go to stroke him, he doesn't really know what to do with himself. He's a bit awkward.
Oh.
Whereas first dog just loved people.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
you're much more likely to get a very similar dog if you clone it, obviously.
Yeah.
And so it kind
I
of
would
makes sense. It's a
clone that.
weird kind of idea though, that because I think some people would see it as a kind of replacement
I suppose.
in a
but-
sense of like, oh my God, this is literally like genetically identical. But it's no different than having twin dogs. Like they're no more similar
Yeah.
than twins.
Yeah. And twins can be completely different in personality.
Yeah.
So you can, because you clone a dog, right? But it's not necessarily going to have the same personality as the first dog, right?
Yeah.
So
Only the extent to which it's pure
it'll just
genetic.
look like it.
Yeah, it would look like it. But it would have a lot of the same. It would be a lot more similar because
Yeah.
obviously it would carry all
Yeah.
those exact genes. Like your new dog will have.
That would
different
be
genes,
really
but-
interesting, though. I would love to see one of my older pets be brought back and cloned and see if it's like how different it is.
Yeah.
That is a really interesting thing. But do you think if you were to have a kid and let's say we're talking, I don't know, something happens where you outlive your child. Maybe it's like you manage to take this drug that makes you live forever. Your kid doesn't take the drug, lives a full life, but passes away when they're an adult or whatever. You come around to having another kid because you're immortal. Would you clone your first kid? Or would you just be like, no, I'll get another one?
And I personally don't think there would be too much difference
Really?
between having the kid as a clone version. It would look a bit weird, but again, no different than if they were twins. I guess they'd obviously be born differently and like
Yeah.
you wouldn't have the expectation. It'd be weird looking at someone and going like, wow, you are identical looking to my kid that passed away, I think that would actually be too weird for me.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. How about you?
I don't know. I just made that question up on the spot, and
It's an interesting one. I wouldn't have any.
thrown myself off. Really.
I wouldn't have any like. There's nothing that I can think of for now, at least. Obviously, that's a very deep question,
Yeah.
and I'm sure there'd be considerations I'm not thinking of straight away. But I'm not getting any kind of initial. Oh, that would be good for any particular reason.
Yeah. To be honest, I think I'd probably opt for not cloning because, like you said, they would look the same, but they're not quite the same. But you might treat them the same as your first kid because you feel like they've got to be the same, but they're not the same. Does that make sense? Like maybe the second one doesn't like Marmite. You're like, no, I have this Marmite toast. No, I don't like it. Yes, you do. You always liked it. You always liked it. You know, and then it'd be one of them. And I'm not him. I'm not him. You are him. Eat the Marmite. It could be a whole.
It's not cheap, you know, as well. You seen that? I think celebrities are paying. Oh, was it 50 or 500,000? Can you quickly Google and see how much it costs?
But it's like grand.
It's like a lot of money. I think it's 50
like
grand.
$500,000.
Like, how much did Tom Brady pay for his clone dog?
How much would you pay for a clone dog?
I wouldn't care that much. I mean,
Really?
I think it's not far off artificial selection, right? You're just going like, this animal has, it's 50 grand. It's,
Yeah.
it's, a drop in the ocean. Artificial, we have dogs, obviously, that fulfill different roles. There are dogs that are bred just to be lap dogs. What is it? Is it the King Charles Spaniels were bred in like a very short period of time to be lap dogs?
I know, because I can tell.
Because they're bred to enjoy and you get a litter and you go, these dogs particularly like being on laps. These ones don't. The ones that do, let's breed them. And the ones that like that the most, until you get a dog that
it genuinely was a lap dog.
Laps.
That's why they're called lap dogs. I didn't realise.
Lap dogs, yeah. Bichon Frise.
The Cavalier King Charles Spaniel.
Yeah, my family have a Bichon Frise looking thing. I don't know what it actually is. But she's like, when I'm at home, she just loves to be on your lap the whole time.
Some big dogs are like that as well.
And yeah, sometimes there are like when I go around to Chippo's, his dog's not a lap dog, and you can sort of like do that as much as you want. He's not that interested a lot of the time in being pet and being on your lap and stuff. And I think if I wanted a dog, especially living in an apartment, you don't want a dog that's bred for hunting or for carrying sleds through the snow for miles each day because they want to run. Like,
yeah,
you need a dog that's bred to kind of enjoy, be tiny so that they're running around the house, but they, you know. So I guess if I had a dog that was really happy living in the apartment, sitting on my lap, being cuddly, I'd be like, why not have a dog that is set up to be that successful? Because you could have a dog that, you know, anything could go wrong with it.
Yeah, that's true.
This actually reminds me. So if we can go straight into the submission segment, there was a really interesting one about the 7 doppelgangers theory. Have you heard this before? So this was a submission from Grace. So Grace said, we all know that Bach has at least 50 lookalikes, but what do you think about the 7 doppelganger theory? And do you think there are people that look more common/unique due to genetics or chance? And so essentially, the 7 doppelganger theory is that everyone has about 7 people in the world that look pretty much identical to them. The number's not actually based on anything. It's kind of like
it just sounds good.
It sounds good. The number 7 has permeated culture. I was reading about this really recently.
People love that shit.
Like, you go back thousands of years to like pre-Abrahamic religions, and they've got like 7 heavens, 7 hells, 7 gods. Like,
I think because 7 rhymes with heaven.
7 pillars of this, of that, and that 7 people just
7
love the number
seas.
7. Oh, like 6, 7.
Maybe that's why, though.
Set the 7 seas.
Maybe that's why it all stem from there being 7
7
seas.
continents. There's no reason for us to have 7 continents, really, but
7.
we say it.
Yep, 7 wonders.
7 wonders of the world. But yeah,
Thank you, Jabba.
the number 7 has permeated human culture, and people have just picked this.
And 789, the greedy bastard.
What are your thoughts on that?
What? That there's
The
7
idea that there might be 7 because if you ever had a lookalike where you've been like, bloody hell, because you, so
I don't know what it is about me. I think because I've got a large nose and a mustache.
And the mullet, which
And a mullet. If someone with a large nose with dark features gets a mustache and a mullet, they're very likely to look like me.
Yeah.
If the nose is shaped like mine, that sort of large nose. So that's why I have so many lookalikes. Because people will send me people all the time. They'll be like, "Oh, I've got someone who looks just like you." They'll send a guy with a mustache and a mullet, and they've got dark hair and a slightly big nose.
Yeah.
You got the same like features, but you don't actually look like me. Like if we were stripped back,
Yes.
we wouldn't look like each other at all.
Yeah. Because there's it's a very similar thing with the sort of like cultural homogeneity stuff of like when you see a lot of people around you that look like you and very similar,
Yeah.
you can notice a lot of small differences.
Mm.
So for people like us that look very similar to us, you can look at someone and be like, he looks nothing like me.
Yeah.
A lot of people get it with their siblings. You go like, you know, some people would be like, oh, you look like your sister or your dad or your brother or anything. People go, what? I don't see that
Yeah.
at all. But that's because you look at them so much. Whereas if someone who doesn't look like you at all,
Yeah.
from a completely different culture, who'd grown up with people from a different continent where everyone looks very different to you, they would look at you guys and go, wow, you look very similar because you share a lot of features and stuff.
Yeah.
So you get it from a lot. Like it's obviously such a common cliche from people from certain continents to say people from other continents all look the same, people from this continent, but then people from those continents would say the same thing about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so yeah, I get it a lot when people go, this is your lookalike online. And I'm like, what the hell? I don't see that at all.
Yeah.
But I can see why.
You would say that.
Yeah, because I've said that about people and going, God, you look alike.
Yeah.
And they go, what? I don't see that at all.
Yeah.
Especially with like family members. I feel like people don't see it in their own family anywhere near as much as they do
probably
from
right.
others.
I think the only person who probably has a 7 doppelgangers is GK Barry. Have you
What?
seen her TikToks where she's like, "You guys are taking the piss"?
No.
And then it's so funny. Her TikTok is just filled with her like people saying, "Oh, this is GK Barry doing this," and it's just different versions of her in the world, and these people actually look like her. And she's like, "You're taking the piss. Have a day off." There was one where it was like stained glass, and there was a character.
Oh, there, stained glass one. Oh, can we click on it?
Actually,
Fucking piece of me, Libby.
she does look.
That's so
my
weird. That actually
question
does
to
look like
you.
her.
How many more? How many more?
Oh,
Yeah? I'm starting to think I was made in a lab. Do you know what that does to someone? Do you know? I also got tagged in a Who of Whoville. I'm not even giving that one grace.
but this kind of thing, I would
Yeah.
actually,
Because they have prosthetic fucking noses.
I would take stuff like that as a compliment, being like, someone saw this person and made stained glass art out of them,
Yeah,
and I look
True.
like them. That's quite cool.
true. But there's she's posted so many of people, and it's like that actually does just look like a version of you, but
So
obviously to her it
funny.
probably doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't know about
I
7.
see that one. Do you?
Yeah, that's funny. The 7. I think the 7. Well, I don't think that's a real thing.
I
7
think we definitely get more similar lookalikes, obviously, because we have a lot more people that know what we look like and would send them to us.
Yeah, yeah.
So I actually found a study. I looked this up. And so there was a 2015 study by Jose C. Menendez at the University of Adelaide. And he found that the odds of finding a true facial double, so considering facial geometry
Just
precisely,
everything.
were going like, so they mapped roughly going like, here's how much a human face can vary. Like,
Okay.
here's how much the eyes can vary, how much the nose can vary within reasonable limits. What are the chances that the eyes and the nose and the jawline and the skin and everything,
And
the
the
cheeks, the bone structure are going to be the same? What would you be able to guess? Like 1 in X amount?
I wouldn't have thought it would be possible.
So this is just like, you just say like, oh, it's a true facial double where you go, you're pretty much indistinguishable.
Oh, pretty much. Oh, I wouldn't be able to guess.
So like, you know, when you sit next to twins and you're like, oh, if you really look, you can
So would,
just...
would twins
do you
count?
know identical twins?
Do I know any?
Yeah.
I don't know, not personally.
Oh, okay. So like,
I went to school with some.
yeah, I went to school with some, and when you first meet them, you're like, it takes you a day to be like, you guys are identical. But then after a while, you're like, okay, I know, I actually kind of can see a difference. So I'm guessing it's like that, like near
So
identical.
they would count.
They would count where you just go like, it's not just that you've got a similar look.
1 in 2,300,852.
Close. 1 in a trillion.
Oh, that's so close.
So because we're on about 10 billion people on the planet, just rounding to like an easy figure,
Yeah.
we're still 100 off,
So there's
100
no,
times off. So
but there could
it's-
still be a double out there.
yeah. But also, I
still
guess
big.
that's of you. Whereas
Oh,
statistics gets
in
interesting
general.
because you're going like, well, okay, like
Of
it might be
you.
a 1 in a million for
of
you.
people.
But if there's a million people that are experiencing that, there might be more. But anyway, yeah. So pretty bloody rare I've never seen anyone where I feel like, wow, you're indistinguishable from me. But I get a lot where you're like similar facial features.
Well, have you watched The Prestige?
No.
You should watch it.
Well, is there a guy that looks like me in that?
No, Christian Bale.
Oh, what?
There's a guy who looks just like Christian Bale in The
Oh,
Prestige.
really?
And he plays alongside Christian Bale. It's crazy.
Fair enough.
Anyway, that is as an interesting thing. I didn't. How would you react if some guy turned up at your door one day and was like, Arthur, I look just like you. I follow you online. Look at this. Pulls off his mask and he looks exactly like you.
Whoa.
What would you do?
Probably get bricked instantly because he'd be mad handsome.
Probably just neck off with it.
Probably just snog him there and then I ain't gay, but for a guy that looks like that, whoop.
Would you be concerned though?
Oh, that could be worrying actually.
Yeah.
I've got a very unique voice, so I'd like to think he also
What
wouldn't
if you
sound
had
like
that,
me. Fuck. He could say some crazy shit, but actually
Good.
AI these days could say some crazy shit with
True,
my
yeah,
face and voice.
that's true.
I'd
Yeah, I
be
guess
like,
so.
that ain't me, bro.
You ain't me, dude. You ain't real.
Yeah, that would be quite weird though. You'd be a little bit worried at the like crimes he could commit.
Yeah.
Like you say, he could be just like,
That's what I mean. The
being a
Cardiff
dick to
Batch
people
could
can't
be
stop
doing
it.
out there doing it.
oh, I've just met him and he's a total arsehole.
The
He
boy
slapped
was
me
a
across the
knobhead.
face and stole my phone and spat on my mum. That's a bad thing, right?
No.
I'm not great with social cues, but
depends
that's the
how-
thing. That's the
depends
thing
how
I've
they
been
did
told
it.
you shouldn't do.
Depends how they did it.
Yeah, no, just to conclude that, it's probably extremely unlikely, but interesting question. And genetics or chance, yeah, it would be well, not a chance thing, but obviously you're more likely to live near. I mean, people have evolved to
Yeah.
look the way they do. Like, if you really think about it, I've always thought about doing a little segment on this on the podcast. It's quite interesting about like why people from specific places look a certain way.
Yeah.
And it's all about adapting to the environment. It's all evolution. And so people that live in similar environments to you are going to have similar features. It's going to be way more likely.
Facts.
Factos. So
Factos.
there you go.
And that's why I got a big nose, because take it away.
Yeah. So what would that be? That would be because of dry,
If I had to guess,
moist climates.
I would say dry climate and high up, because I've got Swiss and Northern Italian heritage. So if you think if you're living up in the Alps, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
you need to get more oxygen in that body of yours. You need bigger
Uh-huh.
nostrils. You need a bigger nose. It's cold. You got to warm that air up. So you need more room.
Yeah, so it'd be
to
narrow.
moisten it.
Yeah, because yours isn't a wide nose.
No, so my nostrils are big, but my up here,
Mm.
the opening is big, but here is actually really not big.
Yeah. So you're
So
getting
I-
a lot, cold,
a lot
dry.
can come in, but it's quite tight up here.
Hmm.
So I tend to get sinus problems.
Interesting.
Sad,
yeah,
really,
that's
isn't it?
humidifying it en route. What else is there? Is there
Henri,
anything interesting
Thierry
that I can bring
Henry.
up? Or it could be sexual selection as well. Because there are studies that say that women prefer
Thanks.
men with big noses.
Thanks.
So a bit of sex selection.
Yeah, a little bit of sex here and there.
Your ancestors
I
were
guess,
studs, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you want to hit us with? Have you got any
yeah,
similar
I've got a
ones?
dilemma for you. I don't know.
Ooh.
All right, I can have a look through for something similar, but instead I'm not going to give you something similar.
No, that's all right. We can tie it back.
All right,
We can bounce
so-
around topics.
Recurring dreams. I guess this isn't so dissimilar.
Ooh.
Have you guys ever had a recurring dream? I'm sure I have, and it's very weird. Basically, every 3 months or so, I have a dream where a caterpillar and a pig fight. And every time the caterpillar wins, I have no idea why I get this dream, but it happens so often. Lots of love, Joanne.
Beats the pig.
Caterpillar beats the pig.
That's mad
Well,
impressive.
if you look at the hungry caterpillar, if you just break that down, that thing could eat. So it probably ate the pig from the back all the way.
oh, someone put a tennis
all the way
scout
through.
on the pig. It was inevitable.
No, it was inevitable. I am inevitable. Have you ever had any recurring dreams? I haven't.
Don't think so. Well, I mean, I definitely had recurring themed dreams. Like I said, I had probably from cultural influence, but I had a lot of zombie dreams. You know, we did
yeah,
did
you
that
talked about
gaming
that.
video the other day with Chris, where
Yeah.
part of it we played Nazi zombies.
Yeah.
In that era where I used to come home
You
and
had
hop on
PTSD.
zombies with the boys, I'd have a lot of zombie dreams.
Mm.
And that used to really scare me because, like I said on there, like with zombies, the idea of the game is every time you win a round by killing enough zombies, there's a new horde where there are more zombies and they're stronger. And there's an inevitability that you're going to die at one point because the damage per second of the best gun in the game isn't greater than the health per second generated by the zombies. That's that makes the game sound so fun.
You just ruined it. So actually, there's no point even starting the first round because you're going to die anyway.
But it makes you, when it happened in the dream and you were like, wow, I'm in these zombies again.
You know you're going to die.
You know you're eventually going to die. And when you're there, I used to just find it genuinely terrifying.
But there could always be a way. Maybe there's an Easter egg people haven't figured out yet. Maybe there's a trap door. You go.
Wow, that's true. Did you ever play 5? The one in
Far
the
Cry
Pentagon?
5, yeah.
No.
Cause
It was in Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
No, I didn't play any Call of Duty.
There was a glitch where you used to be able to hop around things, like hop on a chair, then hop on the barriers that you could build, and then hop on the table. And if you were on the table, the zombies couldn't touch you. So you just and they'd die after time.
Actually, I did know about this.
So it was like an infinite glitch. But there was no, the good thing about COD 5, like Dare East and stuff, is you had flamethrowers. So if you glitched, you'd have infinite flamethrower that would burn, get really hot, cool down, and you could use it forever. But
Yeah, so you
that
don't
didn't
need
have
bullets.
that. So eventually you'd have to start knifing the zombies. And eventually
Yeah.
you'd have to get so close, and sometimes you get double hit and you'd be like, oh damn, I fudged this.
We're going to have to bleep that. But,
My bad.
sorry, back to you in the studio.
Nah, but yeah, so I had recurring themes.
have
So I had
zombies.
and same with aliens. I'm not going to give a whole spiel because I've just done it for zombies, but I watched a lot of alien films.
Seems like your fears follow you into the dream realm. Would you
Yeah,
say it's a
they
nightmare,
do.
not a dream?
But I don't actually
it
have
not a
nightmares
nightmare
much
for you?
these days.
Depends how
I'm
much
scared of
dairy
less
you have.
things these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. You've gotten braver with age.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, I don't really have recurring dreams. I don't dream that often. And when I do dream, it's pretty boring.
Well, to be fair, you do forget most dreams you have.
Yeah, I probably dream every night. I can't even remember things that happen when I'm awake, let alone when I sleep.
When you wake up, you should start a dream journal for a bit. Because when you wake up, if you write down the dreams you've had,
I actually do, but it's an empty book. I'll show you when I get back.
remembering. Nah, but no recurring dreams. But it's cool. I really like reading about what dreams could mean. I had a nightmare encyclopedia. I should bring it along someday because it's
wow.
in my bookshelf.
What that
And
you've
it says
written?
like, if you're dreaming about this,
Oh.
it could be this.
Yeah,
And part of it feels a bit woo-woo pseudoscience-y, but at the same time,
it's psychology.
who says
as
it
well.
can't be true?
And I'll tell you, I actually have I asked one of my friends who's a dream expert. So if you have a recurring dream where a caterpillar and a pig fight every night, that means you need to rate this podcast 5 stars.
Oh, subscribe, rate us 5 stars. That's cool. CTA mid-video, banger.
Yep.
Yep.
That's the best way to do it. But yeah, unfortunately, I haven't had any recurring dreams to tell you about. Sorry.
Fair enough. No, that's interesting. It's one of those things where people often say, I hate it when people tell me about their dreams because it doesn't mean anything. Oh, wow, a zombie came and then an alien blew up and all this kind
Finally,
of
you're
stuff.
getting.
That's boring. But I find it really interesting.
Yeah, I love hearing about your zombie dreams. Seriously,
Thanks, bro.
take it away on the next dilemma.
Oh, so I've got a serial yapper here. So I've got a submission from... Who is this person? Seriously, tell us your name. What is your name?
We can make one up if you want.
There isn't actually a name on this one. The top one, families are complicated. Oh, an anonymous one. Ooh, well, here you go, anonymous yapper. We'll just call you Y. So,
Why?
families are complicated, like really complicated. I met my mum's boyfriend's son a year. Fair enough.
One
Probably
year.
about a year ago. We never really spoke until around 6 months ago. We ended up getting close and turns out there were mutual feelings.
Ooh.
Things happened and never discussed it, but eventually realized I needed to stop before it got too serious. When I saw him again, he expected certain things to happen. Then they didn't because I maintained distance, but didn't have a conversation with him. A week later, he had a girlfriend. It's making things really awkward between us. I love his family and now our parents are getting more serious. Part of me wishes it never happened. I still have feelings for him to an extent, and I'm not sure if he's fully over me because he's seemingly avoiding me and doesn't want to talk about his girlfriend around me. What do I do in this situation? Do I try and be his friend or do I keep my distance? Do I pretend it didn't happen or discuss it with him? That's a tough family dynamic.
Sorry, I got no comment.
The step bro and
That's-
step, the
that's
step bro
too
and step
difficult.
sis is like a...
Yeah.
It's one of those weird like societal taboos because I guess it... Like that kind of thing where you meet when you're... Oh, they didn't say what age they were. But when they're old enough to like understand relationships
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
that's very different. Like I think the family dynamic is too complicated and risky if you grew up together
Yeah.
and weird.
Yeah.
But I think if your parents, if yours and their parents meet and you're both of age where you can have a relationship.
Yeah.
There's nothing inherently wrong with that.
It's just awkward if the relationship doesn't work because you're still
yeah.
bound by your parents.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
It's better. I just think it's probably better to avoid
Better to avoid it.
things like that.
Yeah.
In case it doesn't work out. If it doesn't
I mean,
work
he's got a
out,
girlfriend as well. Let him maybe just try and get over it whilst you can.
yeah.
But sometimes feelings are, you can't run and hide from them. If it's someone you've got deep feelings for, the heart wants what the heart wants often.
And it yearns.
Yearns. Maybe you're a
Sometimes.
yearner.
Yeah, maybe.
But no, that's a tough one. I think if you can avoid it, but if you can't, what can you do?
Villain arc, winter arc,
Winter arc.
arc raiders.
Did you see my retweet the other day?
No, what
Everyone was
it?
like, I'm about to start my villain arc. Me on my villain arc.
Easy with those
And it-
eyebrows white.
And it's like, you mind if I pop a few eyebrows around here? And it's like a rabbit in like a hobbit hole. It's like one of those like, old cartoons. And he's just like having tea and toast in his like little
That's
cozy
the
hole.
villain arc.
And I'm like, that's my winter arc, bro. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out.
Hibernation.
Sassy.
I don't
Ever
want
know
to
that
live
one?
in a hole anymore.
But I do. I want to live in a little hobbit
That
hole.
makes- No, just like Mr. Fantastic.
No, but yeah, tough one. Weird, complicated
Yeah.
system to be in. But I don't know. That's a bit shitty that he's not treating you very well. I mean, maybe he feels awkward about it
Yeah.
too. That's an awkward one for everyone to navigate.
It is. It is. Have you spoken to your mum or dad about it?
Maybe open conversation is best. We always say that just have a talk about it and just be like, listen, bro, you've got a girlfriend. Stuff happened. It was a bit awkward. It's a bit of a taboo subject now because our parents are kind of hooking up. Nothing inherently wrong with it, but
Yeah.
it's always good to know where you stand. That's always the thing. I mean, different strokes for different folks, but I always like to clarify where I stand on things with people.
And you like a double-handed stroke.
I actually really don't have the thing in my head that goes, this conversation might like be, let's not have. I'm always like, no, you know what? Let's talk about it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. You got no filter.
Got no filter really in pursuit of truth, and that actually puts me on. Do you mind if I pop another one because it leads into it
Eyebrow.
really nicely. No, another submission.
Oh yeah, if you got
'Cause this
yeah,
one's
sorry, I
really
was looking at
interesting. So
Go on.
someone asked me, asked in general, do you think it's more never mind. Do you think it's more important to be right or kind? And that's
think
from
kind.
Marion.
I would say kind. Do you think right?
Do you think it's quite important?
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing. Like you'd rather be kind than right.
Mm.
So I think I have a natural tendency to really care about what's true and correct.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not oblivious to people's feelings. But it's interesting. Like it's a big thing. Obviously, it's a big thing in philosophy. You had like Socrates who, funnily enough, thought that they were kind of the same thing. Socrates kind of thought that to be honest and tell someone the truth and lead them to the truth is the kindest thing you can do for someone, because what's right is super important. And so someone who's believing a lie but feels good about it, it's actually unkind to let them go on like that. But I think he wasn't great at delivering that to people. He was quite happy to rile them up. So like when I went on waffling, RIP waffling.
Yeah.
And I had that conversation with Weller about God. I think he was expecting me to be quite hostile and be like, no, I think you're wrong and I'm going to make you feel like that.
Yeah.
I quite like the Socratic method of asking people questions and like leading them to an answer. And because I think people, first of all, respond better to that. I think if you lead someone to go, actually, maybe I don't know why I think that, or maybe there's not good reason, or maybe if you can lead someone to figure out the flaws in their own thinking, it's a much better way of going like, you're flawed, you're wrong about this.
Yeah.
No one ever likes that. Like you get cognitive dissonance for a reason. It makes you feel shit if something you believe deeply, someone's telling you it's wrong and proving you're wrong.
Yeah.
That's why it's hard to change someone's mind on something. But I feel like asking people questions like, why do you believe that? Like, have you ever tested it or stuff? That's quite us way of thinking. But I'm much more like, it's quite, like obviously Aristotle is essentially his like grandson of philosophy, because Socrates taught Plato and Plato taught Aristotle. And Aristotle had this much more idea of like the golden mean that we've spoken about, where you need to find a perfect balance between everything.
Yeah.
And is that do you think you shift more towards kind? Do you think you try and balance it perfectly? Like,
I'm not bothered about being right or. I think it depends, because for some people, I feel like some people just want to be right, but not for the other person's benefit. They just want to be right. Some people are just like that. They'd rather just be happy with themselves for being right, rather than being like, oh no, I'm going to teach you that this is right for your own benefit in the future.
mm-hmm.
And I sit very much on the side of, I just rather, I'm not, if I'm ever in a debate and I know I'm right on something, or not even a debate, or like a fact has come up and I know I'm right about something, but someone else is like, oh, I think it's this. If it doesn't if it's not harmful, I'm just like, oh yeah, it could be that.
Yeah.
Rather than be like, no, it definitely is this. Let me show you. Like, I don't know. I just find it easier.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I'm definitely like trying to because I mean, like, I just do really enjoy those kinds of conversations, but I guess not everyone does. And I think like I'm trying to learn the skill of being like, this person does not care about this.
Yeah.
Like, they're not enjoying necessarily trying to prove their point. Like, you can just, accept. But yeah, I guess it really depends on context as well, because sometimes sometimes telling people the truth, a cold hard truth, can be what they need to hear. Like, if someone's being really mean, like let's say I was being really mean to who's like really sweet, like Jabba.
Yeah.
If I was being really rude to Jabba and we were like going over, although it might not be kind to be like, Arthur, you're being really pedantic, or you're being really rude, or Jabba put a lot of effort into that episode.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be like, that might not be kind to me, but it's true, and that might actually be good for me.
Yeah.
So like in that instance, being kind actually is less important. But in another instance, maybe you didn't like a segment he had brought up. This is not true at all, by the way. This feels like we're taking random shots. I'm saying this because you're nice, and it's also not true. But you might go like, this segment sucks ass, but it doesn't matter if you're right. You like, being nice there is more important, because you've got to appreciate that he's put time and effort into it for our benefit.
Yeah, I think.
So I guess it's more contextual, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, for sure. I think true and right aren't necessarily the same things as well. So let's say you're trying to get to a destination. You both know a certain way, and you're like, oh, this way is quicker. I know it's quicker because let's say you've tested the times. But whoever you're with is like, oh no, let's go this way. I know this way. This way it gets us really quick. I think it's quicker than the other way. Even though I might know that my way is quicker, just to avoid an awkward conversation, I would just be like, let's extra 2 minutes their way. Yeah, okay, let's go your way then.
Yeah, that's
I would rather do that rather than be right.
And do you also find peace with that? So like, if you go,
I think it's an easier way to live, because
like inside, are you sitting there going like, it's easier, I'm not going to avoid confrontation, but are you sitting there on their route going like, oh, this is a bit annoying, like they've kind of got their way, I've kind of had to concede? Or do you not think you let go of that very easily?
I used to be way more like that, and I used to want to be right all the time, but I found a lot more peace in not really caring about it.
Oh, so you actually can't, not only do you do the kind of thing for the other person, you also let go of it yourself.
Yeah, I'm actually at a good point where it doesn't bother me. So
that's nice.
That's why I find it easier to do that. Just because, I don't know, maybe practice or whatever. But in the beginning, I really liked being right. I was like, I used to be the sort of guy who probably argue a lot more with friends. Not like proper argue, but be like, no, let's go. I think I found like a shift in my life where I was like, probably would have at school led groups and been like, say there's a project, I would take charge and be like, oh no, let's do this way. There was like a shift at some point. I can't remember at what point, but I just became more like, you know what, I'll just let someone else take the lead and I'll just like sit back and do my bit, sort of thing, rather than feel like I always need to lead and be right and do this.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like wisdom and maturity in that.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm sure. And also the looks and stuff that come with it.
Yeah, but I think that's a great question. That's so like...
That's a good question, yeah.
That's so at the core of, I think... Because I don't think there's necessarily a right answer. Because I think context is so important. Like, you could give us wildly different context for that question.
Exactly, yeah.
And we'd have different answers. But I think there is definitely like a Nate...
Who's Nate?
Out of everyone.
Yeah.
So interesting. But yeah, I mean, if you have any specific examples, feel free to flesh them out.
Yeah, for sure. Flesh.
All right, go on. I've taken back to back. Do you want to have a quick go?
Well, that was a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Following that, ass or tits?
What the hell?
Joking.
Well, can I have one cheek and one tip? Or do I have to pick a pair of both?
Right. No, here's the real one. From Iris. I really like this one. Do you think nostalgia is good or a bad thing? Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
I've never heard that one before. That's a great question.
Really good, great question. It's a great name as well, Iris.
Great name, Iris.
I get really nostalgic.
Yeah.
Really nostalgic.
Yeah, you've spoken about this recently.
It doesn't take much for me to get nostalgic.
With living back home. You spoke about this recently and we're like, you can't tell because we bring it up quite a lot on the pod, but also quite relevant recently because one of my mates has moved to Northampton. And like we recently were thinking, so like our tenancies are coming to an end relatively soon. Obviously, the boys have moved somewhere near Woodlands. And so we're kind of going like, oh, do we all stay out east? Do we just some of us also start moving? Obviously, Chip and Sabina in Central as well. There's quite a lot of people that live in Central.
Yeah.
And some people are moving out slowly. And we're like, oh, there are so many benefits to living in Central and living in an apartment. And there are also so many benefits to living in a home. And like the nostalgia, I think. So I was speaking about this with my friend from who's now in Northampton, just going like, I think when you live in a place like Jersey or Northampton, you grow up somewhere small, there is a real like coziness instilled in you that you just do like a bit more of a peaceful life. Like leaving the rat race and just going like, you know what? I want a home.
Yeah.
I want a homely comfort home. That an apartment just doesn't feel like that.
And I wonder, but I always wonder, because I speak to Liv a lot about like moving back to where we came from. And I was like,
the little valley in Africa.
do we really want to move
Too far back.
to that location, or do we want to move to a point in time when we were in that location?
Yes, yeah.
And so the lines are kind of blurred from nostalgia as to whether we'd move back and be as happy as we think we would be, or we'd move back and be probably worse because we're like, this is not the same as what it once was. So yeah, nostalgia. But having said, it's not necessarily I don't think nostalgia is a bad thing. It can get you in your feels sometimes, but it's not like a bad thing. I think it's a good thing because it's like memories from the past. It's good to be able to remember things from the past, like your life.
But then also like, they also partly say there's that common phrase that comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
And so living too much with nostalgia and not living enough in the moment would suck. And I really find this with gaming at the moment. Like lately I've really wanted to enjoy gaming. Because like I do feel like a lot of the time we do work really hard. And I do really try at the moment to be like, I do need to take more time to just do stuff that's not productive. Just do stuff that I'm actively enjoying. And I think back to when I'm a kid and I was playing Halo and games like that. And I replayed Halo and I've replayed Call of Duty, the old ones.
Same.
And they're fun, but it's nowhere near the same.
I think what it is who you were playing with at the time.
That was literally the next thing I was going to say.
So if you could still play with those people, then I think you get that feeling. Christmas time is such a nostalgic time for gaming, I feel like. That would be your off-school, back-home gaming.
Yeah.
And I still try to do it with friends around Christmas time because everyone's kind of off work. So it's like...
That's true. That time in lockdown with Fortnite and Warzone, partly I think was just fun because everyone was playing it.
Yeah.
I would like to... I think it would be cool if at some point there is the possibility of... I mean, I'm productivizing it again, but like maybe a bunch of us as mates are making more group videos because like... group like gaming videos because they're super easy and stuff, like not necessarily as a channel, but like maybe just again where I don't know, because like that night when we played Repo and the night when we I wasn't on the Repo.
I wasn't on Repo, no. That's probably why it's so nice.
No, but the Dress to Impress night,
that was so fun.
and when me, you and George played the Fortnite and Warzone and chess battle royale. They're just really fun. They are fun.
It is fun,
Doing a bit more off camera as well. Like George has said he wants to do more FIFA nights with the boys. Yeah. Especially given he works so hard at the moment with his dancing.
I genuinely think gaming is like, it's got like its connotations now, but I do think at its core, it's just a great way to socialize with friends that are now so busy that you can't necessarily see. I was speaking to Jabber a lot about it on tour because he has a friend that he'll connect with when he's playing Rocket League, and I do the same. I'll play Rocket League and there's a friend that I connect with when we play Rocket League. And it is just you talking, like having a catch up on the headset. And the game's just playing in the background. It's more of like...
That's so true.
More about just catching up with friends and talking to them than it is like focusing on the game.
Yes, it is like it's a social catalyst, really.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Because I have the same. Like I have a couple of mates that I play Fortnite with, and I don't ever play by myself.
Yeah.
If they called me up and were like, "Hey, bro, do you want to just like have a call for like half an hour?" I'd be like, "That's a long time. If you've got
Yeah.
anything you really want to talk about," and they go, "Nothing in particular," I'd be like, "Sorry, bro, I'm just not a caller. I don't enjoy it. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are we
yeah,
doing
same,
here?"
Yeah.
But if they're like, "Oh, do you want to hop on Fortnite for half an hour?"
You're like, yeah, of course.
And then we're both saying things that we probably wouldn't message each other to tell us, but I'm finding out about their lives.
Yeah.
We're catching up, and it is really wholesome.
Yeah, I think a good way to look at it is like girls will FaceTime their friends to talk and catch up and just talk about anything that's happened in their day. Guys don't do that really.
Yeah.
Or at least
We're not as nice to look at as girls are.
yeah. Or at least my friends, that's not a thing that we
At least my friends, they're ugly as hell.
They're hideous. But yeah, whereas that, like, I think gaming is that for us. It's just we happen to be playing something whilst talking.
Yeah.
That's just, yeah, like you said, it's a catalyst. But
Yeah.
I do get a lot of nostalgia from gaming
Yeah.
and just locational based. But I think it's partly for me, you know how I was saying, oh, I really enjoy getting like physical rewards because it's a visual cue for me. My memory's not so good, so visual cues are really helpful to jog my memory. And my memory's pretty good with visual cues. So when I'm in a place that I've been before, when I see something, it will like bring back a memory and then it will get really nostalgic for me. And because
Interesting.
back home, where my parents lived, it was in the same place as the school that I went to. So I'd walk, if I was ever out walking the dog or walking with my parents, I would go past the place that I went to school. So it'd be nostalgic every time I went past the school because it was like, that's where I like, spent my childhood pretty much.
Yeah, actually, so on Saturday, we had like a little night out. Not a little night out, big night out. My mate's getting engaged. It was like an engagement party. And one of the boys, his sister, older sister, had a kid. And the kid is now like 3 or 4
Yeah.
and goes to the school where me and that mate went to school.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, bro, look at my nephew." And like seeing him in the
Uniform.
the uniform, I was like, "Oh, that's actually crazy."
That book bag.
And I got hit with so much nostalgia of all the.
It does make you sad, doesn't it?
It kind of does.
Because you can't go back.
You can never go back, which is
experience it.
yeah. We can go back to the places.
Yeah.
Like we grew up, I can go back to the beach. I can play those games, but
yeah.
being like, damn, I'm actually never going to be running around at lunchtime, like kicking a football around or playing it,
Yeah.
or like living that easy life.
I think that's the
Yeah.
saddest thing to get to terms with is that you can't go back to that time.
Yeah.
But you can connect with people who shared that time with you still now. So I think that's the best way to get through nostalgia. Like for me, if I get really nostalgic, I'll then message my boys and be like, do you guys want to plan something? So we've actually planned something this weekend. I'm seeing my friends from home. We're going to go to Wales for like a weekend just to catch up and whatever.
Oh,
Because
that's nice.
I was like back home and I was like, oh, I need to plan more stuff. But I do think my frontal lobe's coming in now. That's why.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like starting to as soon as I hit 25 overnight, like boom, things were getting put
That's
in the
it,
calendar.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's just
No.
like a thing.
I think with almost everything, it's the balance, isn't it? It's going
Yeah.
like, have your nostalgia, think about the good times, enjoy reminiscing, but don't get too caught up because life goes on, times change, people change, places change,
People change too.
and you can think back at things that made you happy and try and revisit them, but don't get too bummed if
Yeah.
they don't. Because
It's nice getting nostalgic with a friend
yeah,
rather than solo. That's the better way to do
what was
it.
it? I saw someone speak about this the other day, quite famous, maybe an actor. I think it was someone from the US office.
Ollie Murs?
And they essentially said, oh, I can't remember. What the general message was, if only you could look, if only future you. Oh, it was like,
Was Matt
if
Lang.
only you could realize you're in the good times, enjoy
Yeah.
when you're enjoying them before
That's
you're
facts.
looking back at the good times. And we might look back at our childhood or living at home, going to the beach, spending a lot of time in the forest, all that kind of stuff. Like they were good times, but also in 10 years' time, when
You got some.
we're settled down, maybe everyone's moved to different places, they found partners, they're like living in a house and they're quite far away from each other. We
Yeah.
don't see each other much. Go like, damn, bro, remember those good times when every week we used to meet up for the pod and have a little chat about
Yeah.
stuff, have a bit of a laugh, have a chat about some interesting stuff, kick a football round, go out every now and then,
Work.
go to the pub to work. Even like just creating content and be like, man, you remember
Yeah, like
when we used to just shoot content? It
Yeah,
was just good
exactly.
fun. We used to do platform roulette and
yeah.
pub crawls. And
When we move out of
gaming.
London, we'll be like, oh, living in London, that was so fun.
was a
That's
good
so
time.
nostalgic.
So yeah, a good reminder with the nostalgia to
Reminder, yeah.
enjoy the past but live in the present.
Oh, Master Shifu.
And that's why they call it a present, because it's a bloody gift. So enjoy it.
Oh no, what's the turtle's name? Master Turtle.
Oh yeah,
I think it's just
What's it-
Master
what's-
Turtle. Uguay.
Master Uguay.
That's right. That's cold. Do you want me to do another confession? Not confession.
Yeah,
Submission.
you can hit us with another one.
Okay, so this was from Erica.
Erica.
That's right. Do you think there will be another group like the Sidemen?
Ooh.
I love a YouTube style question, so that's why I wanted to talk about that.
Depends what like means. How similar do we mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't no one gonna. They're very pioneering
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
industry. They've pioneered in so many ways
Mm.
that no one's gonna ever do it like them or be like them.
There will be there's obviously going to be groups like the Bov Boys. Realistically, I mean they're young. They'll probably be around for a while,
Yeah.
and they may fit. But also, I just don't see the Sidemen going anywhere for a long time.
Yeah. No. They'll.
And you can't really fill a space if Sidemen are in that space.
Very briefly, I thought that was a diss.
What?
They're not going anywhere. They're
Would
not
you-
going to do anything special. Like they've done everything they're going to do.
What? As in, like, no, they're not going anywhere, mate. They'll get no subs.
Yeah,
Sidemen.
yeah, they've done everything. They've reached their part.
No, as in, I don't see them stopping anytime soon.
You're not achieving anything anytime soon. There's got to be someone to take the new steps. Yeah, I guess you've got like the Bov Boys coming in.
Bov Boys coming in, mate. Beta Squad came in after the Sidemen. Another group channel.
Yeah.
You got and very successful. You've got
Mhm.
well, we were talking about the fact there's a lot of duos coming about on the scene. Actually, Jack and
yeah.
Cole just started
Yeah.
a duo channel.
You and I have been speaking like on WhatsApp, had just been like, bro, the number of duo YouTube things that have popped up lately are
Yeah.
nuts.
Especially
Yeah,
in
Jack
America.
and Cole started one and got $250,000 in their first
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
2
yeah.
days, 3 days.
I do think like if you can leverage like a group or a duo, you will
Mm.
do better than a solo.
Yeah.
It's just better. Like you can get away with far more videos because of the dynamic. Like you can't really do a solo mukbang, but a duo
Yeah.
mukbang is super funny. So many scenarios where duos and squads.
I do think
work
there's a lot
better.
to be said about someone just laughing at your jokes as well.
Yeah.
Like I like watching solo videos. I always used to like watching PewDiePie, but like there are so many iconic videos when I think like of iconic commentary videos where
Yeah, with,
they're
like,
duos and they're just
yeah.
like laughing and they bounce off each other
Yeah.
and it's a bit more, it's less like chopped up.
Mm.
Yeah, it's good fun, but yeah, no one's gonna be like them. But I think that format just does work.
Yeah.
like-
There's exactly the format works, so there'll always be people pursuing that as well.
Yeah. Do you know who I really like at the moment? They're called, I think I sent you them, Just Roommates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they're called the
Yeah, that's their
American
name.
guys, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
Very slushy noobs.
yeah, very slushy noobs.
There's
Is
a
it
lot
Mo
of-
and Jake? Is that their names?
I don't know their names. I saw because I saw he'd posted a TikTok of like, oh, look at my roommate just found a new way to do the 6-7 thing. Did you see that? And it
No.
blew up. He like jumps and does the 6-7,
Really?
and then he went in and showed his roommate how viral it went because his roommate didn't have TikTok.
No
And then
way.
they started a YouTube off the back of that, and it just
Damn.
did really well.
But yeah, I didn't like. They are so funny. Like I don't know if you've watched any of their videos,
I didn't actually.
but like they are constantly just doing weird stuff, and they've got the same like somewhat style to the slushy noobs, but their very own brand of it.
Right.
And you're
yeah.
watching and you're like, they really own their type of humor, and it's just really good. And I'm like, they are definitely going to be huge. I mean, their first video together got 380K
Yeah.
in the first like
That's
couple
a
of
crazy
days.
Start, yeah.
Like
Crazy
that's
start.
nuts. And
Yeah.
like,
I do find that kind of YouTube really
Yeah.
fun to watch, where it's just
yeah,
low edit, guys out with a camera. Like the slushy noobs, obviously I love watching their videos because
Yeah.
it's just them out with the camera, just those two guys.
does it make you want to do more videos like that, or do you think your just channel's gone in a
I
particular direction
just
for now?
don't think it's for me and my audience.
Yeah,
But I mean, like
not for you either.
in an ideal world,
Mm.
well, no, not even that. Like, I mean, you need the duo for this to start with. I think
Mhm.
unless you have a duo channel, you can't do that anyway.
Yeah,
And maybe that would. No, I just don't think for me.
really.
Just don't think for me.
Fair
Some things
enough.
just not for me. You know?
Because I mean, this podcast is kind of like that in a sense. And I
Yeah.
sometimes when I see that, I'm like, would we be better off when we meet for these 2 hours doing a video like that instead?
Mm,
Like just one, if we did one video per week that we took 2 hours to film,
yeah.
could it also be doing, like, could it technically be doing better than the numbers we're doing on YouTube currently. Maybe, but it's a different outlet, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it is interesting
Yeah.
because it is just, it's a totally different thing. And I always think of it on my channel. I'm like, should I be asking you one time and then AB one time and then Chip one time and then George one time and then Arthur? Because like realistically, it wouldn't take, like everyone would say yes to doing like one of those videos every like couple of months. But you could almost like have a massive channel of doing that kind of stuff where you're almost like a host and a guest.
Yeah. I mean,
it could bang. Like you could be getting,
I mean, it would.
a channel like that, you could be getting $500,000 a mil like every video
It
minimum.
would bang. The only thing is the reason why I feel like you need to have a duo channel to do stuff like that is because if you're doing it on your own solo channel, say you get a collab every week because it's on rotation, when it comes a time where you can't get a collab and you have to do a solo video, it's going to be super hard to do it because you're so used to doing the duo videos. And also people might be like, oh, I actually subscribe for when you're doing collabs because I'm so used to you doing collabs. So when you hit them with a solo, they're like, oh, actually, I don't know if that's not what I watch on your channel. You know, you've got to be careful with the audience that you build because they'll start to expect something, and then when you don't deliver that, then it's like with anything, when you try and change your type of content, the audience is a little bit like, it's not usually what I click on from your channel. So
that's true.
So that's why I feel like you have to have a duo channel. And I have tried making videos in the real world where it's just like lower effort, go out and do it, but it doesn't feel the same doing it. I think I'm probably chasing the feeling I get when watching videos like that, if that makes sense. But it's
What
just
is in
not
the
same.
solo? Because you spoke about that for ages, and then you've done the like going on the mountain.
Yeah,
and then
so
the solo, like trying
because I
snaps.
said about I want to do more where I'm out there solo, just having fun. But
Have you changed your
I
mind
think
now?
the reason that I want to do that, I'm very guilty of changing my mind far too much, and I know that. But the reason that I wanted to do that is because that's the content that I watch, and I think I was trying to make the content that I watch, but I can't recreate what I watch, and it's not necessarily, it doesn't feel the same as watching it, if that makes
Right.
like. I love watching Ryan Trahan's videos, but me making a Ryan Trahan video, it isn't.
Interesting.
That's me chasing something that I don't really want. Does that
So
make
do you
sense?
think,
It's
because
like-
you kind of always said, like when we last had this big chat on the pod, you were like,
That's
I
what-
think when
yeah.
I hit 1 mil subs,
I'll
I'm going to
change
start
up.
doing 1 per month Ryan Trahan style videos.
Yeah,
Are you now thinking, actually, I'm going to
I would still like to. I was
seriously lock in on the reaction stuff?
no, I'd still like to. But I honestly, I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Interesting.
So like I said, I'd changed my mind far too much. But I'd like to try it. It's just when it comes to actually making the videos, it doesn't feel as rewarding as I would have thought it would. If
Right.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas like watching it, I'm like, oh, that looks so fun. But then you do it yourself and it's not actually that fun. It's like, it's more fun watching it than it is making it.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Can't even remember what we were talking
Very
about. We were talking about another group like this. So
Another good Sidemen. Yeah.
history does repeat itself. So
Yeah, that's true.
perhaps when the Sidemen do come of retiring age,
Mhm.
there will be another Sidemen.
True.
Who knows?
Who
knows?
who knows?
bloody knows?
Right, that's been a serious long yap sesh. Thanks a lot, guys. That's entirely your fault.
And
for
we're never
asking
doing
the
it
good questions.
again.
By the way, some of those were Patreon members. Just as a heads up, you can subscribe to the Patreon, and it gives you priority when we do submissions. When Jabba and Matt are going through them. But thank you everyone for asking those questions. They were really interesting. I really enjoyed that. And let us know what you thought
I
of
did as well.
the submissions only episodes, because have we only done one like that before from season 1?
I think so.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe we've done more, but we forget.
And we're on episode 3000 as well.
Yeah.
Like, think about how many episodes.
Yeah, we were gonna have Busted for this one as a special, but they told us to miss
Well,
it.
they're on McBusted tour, so it's really
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching. What emoji should they drop?
wolf.
The wolf. If you're on YouTube, drop the wolf emoji to show that you've come to the end. Rate us on 5 stars if you're listening on audio platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a like on the video and leave a comment on what you think about the answers. Tell us what we got wrong and why, what your different thoughts were. And we'll delete those parts of the video. I'll cut them out because if
And
we
we'll
got
delete
anything
the
wrong.
comment for being so rude.
And yeah, most of all, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We love you guys. See you.
Bye.